have a little fun research. So just the other day I started replaying Doom, and oh my goodness, I'd almost forgotten how cathartically therapeutic it is to just play classic Doom, particularly as like brutal Doom, so there's just like way more violence. It is so therapeutic being able to play it like that. Yeah, I've been feeling a little down, and that seemed to help. But yeah, I started going through Ultimate Doom. Just finished it, actually. And I'd periodically open up a writer document. Yeah, Open Office Writer. It's basically free Microsoft Word. I started going through the game and making a log of it was originally, it started out as just trying to make a log of just like when power-ups appear, so I can decide things like, oh, okay, so there's like how many of these soul spheres and when do they appear, because like I was thinking before of this idea of like, well, maybe when Doom Guy smashes these things and gains health, maybe these ghosts can like give some insight on like what to do, where there's something helpful up ahead, or there's danger ahead, or voice some sort of regrets, or maybe there's some who just, even in death, are still super stubborn and won't admit any fault. And go all over the place. And oddly enough, I came to realize, oh wow, okay, so for some reason, unless I'm mistaken, apparently every single soul sphere in episode 1 is exclusively in a secret area. I didn't notice that until I tried doing this. Because, like, I'm trying to write the script around a mostly no secrets run. Oh, I can go back here. There's some minor exceptions here and there where I deem necessary, but yeah, for the most part, I just want to have him avoid utilizing secrets. It's like he doesn't get the weapons early or too early. But yeah, I tried to create a log there to decide, alright, when should each of these appear, to narrow down when exactly these moments appear, try to pace it out. But it kind of expanded to more stuff like, oh, here's how this thing can be a set piece. And here's this plot point that I headcanoned that I have free reign to put into the script. So it pretty much ended up as just a play-by-play of what's going on. How I want to adapt certain gameplay elements into the storytelling. Giving my own interpretations of certain things that have no clear answer. I wonder if maybe I should go over some of that bit by bit. Should I ever stream Ultimate Doom again? It's probably what I'm planning to do once I have my tracking model debut. So maybe I'll do that. Oh, I'm gonna need this. Should have picked that up sooner. Oh, hi. That's right. There's also something else I came to realize about... I was thinking about, like, how should I establish this? And I was like, you know what? I don't need to give any kind of exposition dump or explanation on this at all, other than to, like, crew members, so they just know how scenes are supposed to play out. And I'll just let the audience eventually figure it out on their own. But I had this idea, and maybe I don't necessarily play it that way all the time, because it's just more fun to just brutalize everything. But realistically speaking, I think Doom Guy would fight the zombies differently from imps and other demons in general. Even though they move largely the same, like, well, the imps and zombies move largely the same, and they move about the same speed, they're about the same size and shape, sure. But he would fight them in basically opposite ways. And no, not because the zombies have guns. You want to take a guess? You want to take a wild guess why I think that should be a thing in these action scenes? What do you think would be the reason Doom Guy would fight them in, like, opposite ways, and how so? Quite simple. Something I remember being pointed out about his animations in Doom 2016, and I'm like, you know what? That makes perfect sense. That's totally consistent. I want to build on that. You ever notice how, like, in Doom 2016 in particular, he takes what he needs, but only just, like, takes necessary measures. When he takes things like weapons, key cards, and Praetor tokens from corpses, because it's not like they're gonna use them. But he's careful not to damage the bodies. Those were people. The body should still be treated with dignity and receive a proper burial if possible, whenever that time comes. Especially being a space marine, I'm sure you can really respect something like that. And I think there could be multiple clues to establish this, because I think, you know what, let's, like, not have any kind of exposition dump explaining this. Let's just hope the audience just picks up on that and notices, hey, wait a second, when Doom Guy is shooting zombies, he attacks them conservatively. He avoids any unnecessary damage. Oops. He tries to make accurate shots with an accurate weapon. But when he fights the demons, oh boy, he cuts loose. Instead of going conservative, he's all, oh, there's no kill like overkill. So, like in Brutal Doom, you can lob limbs off of a ton of enemies. For example, a Pinky, if you lob one of its arms off, it'll start bleeding out. And if you just leave it alone, it'll bleed to death in a few seconds. But if you blast it with enough damage before it dies, it'll explode and you get a health bonus. It incentivizes you to fight way more viciously and brutally. Doom Guy wouldn't necessarily be all that interested in, like he hates the demons, sure, but he's not really concerned with like prolonging their suffering and torturing them, so to speak. That's not how he operates. Like, of course he wants them to feel pain. He wants them afraid, but taking his time is just not how he operates. Time is of the essence with him. Every single nanosecond these things are still roaming the mortal plane is a crime against humanity in his eyes. So in that situation where, like, oh, dang it. Where, like, yeah, say he lobs an arm off a Pinky and it is bleeding to death. Sure, it is going to die on its own anyway. But Doom Guy's the kind of person who's going to double tap anyway. Even if it's only just a few seconds. Like, this, just the sooner it's gone, the better. Brutal efficiency, because he doesn't really care whether or not the demons resent him. Torturing would definitely cause resentment. He doesn't really care about that. He wants them afraid. He's kind of like Batman in that regard. It's like, you think about, like, Batman... There are some key differences, though, of course. But, yeah, like, Batman, of course, has no kill rule. It's like, he wants to believe in rehabilitation for every thug he fights, even all the way up to the Joker. So he does not kill. Doomguy's case is a little different. If their circumstances were more similar, he might be a little like that. I mean, he is a space marine, so surely he has killed already. But yeah, he's killing demons. He's sending them back to hell. Batman doesn't really seek to make his enemies resent him. He wants rehabilitation. Doomguy doesn't really have that. He's fighting literal demons. There is no rehabilitation. They are the source of all evil in creation. So he's got to kill them. But like Batman, he wants them afraid. He doesn't care whether they resent him or not. He just wants them to fear him. And brutally, animalistically annihilating them. Just having to go, whoa, 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 whoa. Like they just cannot keep up with what he's doing. That's more his style. Someone like the Punisher would definitely, like, want his enemy... Definitely is the sort to really want his enemies to suffer. Doomguy's not quite like that. He is more about efficiency. And fear. So yeah, that would definitely be the difference between him fighting zombies and demons. With the zombies, he would definitely, oh, dang it. Yeah, I'd say with zombies, he would try to bring them down with a more accurate weapon, try to avoid any unnecessary damage to the bodies, because he wants the bodies to still have as much dignity as possible and receive proper burials. He met a lot of the corpses that he's now shooting. He's a space marine. Of course he would want to be extra careful to avoid damaging the bodies as much as possible. But the demons? No such concessions. No mercy. That's where he cuts loose. That's where he goes full on. There's no kill like overkill. Excessive violence on them, but restraint with the zombies. And I think one key point that could be an interesting scene to really deliver an early hint about this is, imagine if maybe we've seen Doomguy killing several demons so far by blowing up explosive barrels in their vicinity. He's already done this a few times. And then at some point, a zombie walks by and is surrounded by explosive barrels, and then Doomguy just pulls out his shotgun and is about to shoot the barrels, but then he hesitates, and for like a split second, you just have this, just this split second flashback from him of being in a closed casket funeral. It doesn't need a word of explanation. It can just be a flash there for less than a second. Just the sight of of him standing at a closed casket funeral, and that explains everything. Oh no! I think that would get the point across. Maybe even like when it's all over, maybe there might even be a brief moment where like maybe some widow sees him and like thanks him for gunning down her husband's zombified corpse as with as much dignity as possible, so that he could still have an open casket funeral. I don't know, that's so like highly specific, but like I don't know, maybe something like that could work. Ah! Okay, yeah, sure. Rocket launcher. Let's go. Okay, I'm getting tired of dying over and over again. I feel like there was like one other clue I had in mind implying this, but now I forget what it was. Drat. But yeah, I think that like I like the idea of just like that, just a split second, that he has a quick flashback to a closed casket funeral, which has him to hesitate and decide not to blow up zombies. Which then, in that moment of hesitation, is probably how he gets shot. But he still maintains the resolve of like trying to avoid causing unnecessary damage to the zombified corpses. There might be a few moments where it might be unavoidable, but as much as possible, he tries to avoid damaging the bodies, as he still wants them to be treated with some amount of respect, and let them have let the bodies have their funerals with dignity. Plus, having that split-second flashback there to being in a closed casket funeral as why he's not blowing up zombies on Mars and stuff. I think that's like another example of like my whole have your cake and eat it too mindset with trying to write this, by having both these crazy, over-the-top, fantastical things and grounded and relatable stuff working together in tandem and complementing one another, rather than being at odds or picking one over the other. You can do both. It just takes careful writing. But yeah, this idea of like, oh, there's the soul spheres, there's like ghosts that he releases that can pass on once he breaks them out. I guess I'm kind of inspired by the crystallized dragons from Spyro the Dragon, and what were they called? Those like legendary warriors from Medieval. They both have a similar idea there. You have these great warriors that are able to, like, voice their regrets and pass on wisdom and whatnot, and offer their weapons to the protagonist, Sir Daniel Fortescue. And, like, okay, maybe these ghosts on Mars or whatever, these ghosts of Mars, they probably don't pass on any weapons per se, but there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. They can voice regrets, they can voice gratitude, like, oh man, so glad I got to work with you. You made this place a little more bearable. Or ghosts being absolutely stubborn in death, not taking any accountability for their actions in contributing to this. Regrets, gratitude, idiocy, advice, knowledge. Like, there's a bunch of different things you could do with it. I haven't quite determined exactly what it'll all be, but I like that general direction. But that'd be the soul spheres. The blur orbs are something else, and the invincibility spheres are something else, and I don't want to spoil it, Because, yeah, I am trying to make it, like, I'm trying to have a nice balance here where it's, like, it is a largely one-to-one adaptation, kind of. Where, like, everything that happened in the game still happens in this show in the same order. Very, very, very closely. Where, like, one of the biggest changes is the fact that I want to give Phobos facial hair. Because, like, there's, like, this plastic for some reason, like, the one piece of merchandise the character Phobos seems to have, to my knowledge, is this cartoony, chibi plastic figure with a removable helmet. There's one for Doomguy too. Not Crash, though, for some reason. I'm not sure why. Just Doomguy and Phobos. But yeah, there's an actual Phobos toy, and he and the Doomguy toy have removable helmets, and it's the closest thing we have to being able to see Phobos' face, to my knowledge, and he's clean shaven in that toy. But I just want to give him facial hair just because I think that would look cool on him. That's one of the biggest changes I really plan to make, as far as, like, actually taking something that is presented and doing something different. Like, I hope the fans will forgive me that I want to give Phobos facial hair. I know it's a departure from the one thing he's been depicted in, but I just want to do it. Now, are there things in the show that aren't necessarily in the game? Sure. But there are things that have, like, logical... there are logical, plausible... what's the word? Precedent for them being there. Like, there's a logical headcanon. I can put them in the script. It works. They're logical inferences. It'll make sense, hopefully. And I don't want to do some, like, oh, subvert your expectations thing. Like, oh, it sure seemed like it meant this, but it didn't technically explicitly say it, so we're going to do the complete opposite of what the fans want. Nah, we've all seen that garbage. Not doing that. Like, it is absolutely following the same bones of the plot that are already there. And I just want to be able to, like, elaborate on it, not subvert it. Justify what's already there, not try to, like, try to make it more grounded. Like, realistically, they should do that. Like, no, don't do that. Like, oh, realistically, Doomguy should be in a squadron and be talkative, because that would be more realistic. Yeah, maybe, but that wouldn't be Doom. This is supposed to be a story told in a kind of Genndy Tartakovsky type of way, with violence and atmosphere. It can be done. A lone figure, well, usually, I guess, if we're particularly with something like Samurai Jack. A duo in Primal, though. But sure, fine, whatever. Operating in silence. Tell the story with action and atmosphere. As much as possible. I mean, it's not completely silent. Of course, there's going to be characters who talk. But for the most part, it is going to be Doomguy killing demons in spectacular different ways. Doing a lot of crazy MacGyver problem solving with extreme violence. Hello. You know, like, try to find, yeah, like, instead of trying to make it more, try to avoid suspension of disbelief and make it more grounded and realistic for the sake of it. Only do that in ways that make sense and that just, like, elaborates on why something is the way it is, rather than trying to change it just because the way you're changing it to appears more plausible. I mean, like, You ever notice there are no chairs? Like, I started thinking, would it be, it could be an interesting idea if, like, yeah, let's just roll with that. There's no chairs. And that actually makes sense. I mean, like, sure, maybe logically, if they had more of the resources and budget, technology, whatever, it probably would have dotted the maps with chairs. I mean, like, even playing, like, the new Brutal Doom, going through Ultimate Doom, Sergeant Mark IV has gone ahead and added chairs. You'll find chairs in front of the computers and stuff. And yeah, sure, that makes logical sense, but, like, what if instead we just be like, well, no, there are no chairs, and instead of trying to justify why there should be chairs, could just, like, use the lack of chairs as part of the world building as just, like, another example of how everyone is being overworked, underpaid, there's a lack of resources, a lack of budget, a lack of care for the workers. Like, that actually makes sense that there'd be no chairs. Like, maybe the devs would have put chairs in the game if they could. But the fact that there are no chairs actually kind of makes logical sense when you think about it. In that very specific context. Should there be chairs? Like, in, like, a real-world context? Well, duh, of course the higher-ups should be buying... some kind of accountant or whatever should be making sure that there is a supply of chairs so that people can actually sit. That would just be good business. Treat your workers well. But just the fact that there are no chairs makes logical sense as part of the world building. That's something I'm trying to do. Like, don't make changes just because you think changing it this way or that way would be more realistic. Nah, try to come up with some world-building explanation for why certain oddities are the way they are. And they don't even need, like, some long-winded exposition dump. You just have, like, one person complain that there's no chairs, and the audience will probably figure it out. Oh. Didn't realize this thing got full. There we go. What just lowered? Oh, there's another one up there? How do I get up there, then? Oh, here we go. Get the simp. The simp pack. Oh, it's that type. So what did that do exactly? Yeah, it's the kind that just, like, does something that can be... It's one of those indefinite switches. So what did it do? I have no idea. Oh, hello. Oh, it's down there again. Okay, I have the blue and red keys. There's a blue door. I need a yellow door. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that something I can go through? Maybe? Oh, I guess I didn't go down there yet. Oh, hello. Oh, well, I guess it's time to break this out. Now, how did the shotgun guy survive that? How did you survive 4 of these? That's more like it. Oh, hi. How did you survive? You're not supposed to do that. That's probably an elevator, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. Oops. Do it! Do it! Rip and tear them! That got the job done nicely. Ah. Welcome back, Conehead. Had some interesting things going on here. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Get that thing. I'm not sure how much of my ramblings you heard back there, but yes, been having more insight on that show. More of my creative process. More of my research. Which I'm probably going to do more after stream, too. But I can't just leave y'all hanging. Oh dear, I need to pick up more of these. Well, at least there's that. Oh, that's what that did. Okay. So why is it that type of switch? If it does a permanent thing, why can I keep pushing it?
Back to crush some demon skulls. Now, instead of catch 'em all, it's gonna be crush them all.
Ah, yes. Or as a certain figure you may or may not recognize would put it,
I'll crush you!
Let's see, where was I going? Where's the spot? Oh yeah, down here. No, not you two. But yeah, I was doing a lot of talking about the power-ups again, and Doom Guy's fighting style mindset. Workplace environment. Oh, that's right, that's right. Now, not sure how much I could say about, like, how I might be depicting how things are going when it's all over. But I had this scene in mind that I think could be pretty interesting. So, like, imagine after everything's all over and some recovery is being done. Imagine if something vaguely resembling a rescue operation is sent through the Mars facility to, like, clean up, check for survivors, although the closest thing to survivors are people who got turned into gore nests and soul spheres. So there are people retrieving all of that, bringing them back to Earth and trying to do what they can. With people who got turned into gore nests, you might have, like, surgeons and roboticists trying to retrofit gore nest victims with cybernetics. So you got all these gore nest survivors who are turned into cyborgs so they can live a somewhat normal life. That could be interesting to have somewhere, somehow, some kind of epilogue thing. But that was something I came up with ages ago. What I just started thinking of today was, like, what about the people in the soul spheres? Like what I guess we've got here is a bunch of people, a bunch of helpless victims whose souls are trapped in crystal balls and they cannot move at all, and they certainly can't be fitted with cybernetics. So what happens to them? Well, I can imagine some kind of utterly horrifying scenario where some utter sociopath scientists decide, hey, let's study these souls and perform experiments on them and see what we find by doing all this crap to literal human souls, having no empathy whatsoever. But just one scientist has a conscience and tries to radio some kind of SOS signal. And guess who shows up? Doom Guy. He is pissed. This is not what he called them in for. So there would be, like, one person being like, sir, you do not have authorization to blah! This Doom Guy's just pushing every single one of them out of the way. He finds a spot where the human souls are being studied and experimented on. Finds the lead sociopathic scientist in charge of all this. Like, yeah, this is my research. What are you gonna do about it? What does Doom Guy do? He pulls out his pistol and just shoots the guy in the knee. And while he's writhing on the floor, he just kicks him in the head across the room, and he just crashes into the wall as a bloody mess. Then he takes the nearest soul sphere and chucks it at the guy. So it heals him immediately, but also sets the soul free to pass on in the afterlife. And then he just goes and breaks all the other soul spheres open and leaves. Doesn't elaborate, just leaves. That is Doom Guy. That is totally something Doom Guy would do. That is how he would handle that situation. And he doesn't need to say a single word, but he says everything. Oh, man. Yeah, like, no one even has any... Yeah, like, he just causes serious damage to that guy, but then, chucked a soul sphere at him, so now he's perfectly healed. But now he is terrified and will never do anything like that again. Or the Doom Guy's gonna find him. Oh, man, that would be such a good scene. Oh man, so many shells. Oh no! Oh yeah, maybe I should save. Oh man, that's a lot of you. Oh, dang it. I have too many shells to pick that up. I need to find something to kill so I can pick up the box. That'll do. Oh, is it about time to hydronize? But there's so many here. Ah! Okay, there we go. Now we're safe. Ooh, what's up there? Is that an eclipse? Let me get this. I almost always remember to get ice water ready before stream, and then I just forget about it as soon as stream starts. Happens all the time. Ow! Oh no! I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Now I could really use a soul sphere of my own. Oh no! I thought for sure I heard a pink. At least I think that's what that noise was. But I guess a bunch of them do make the same noises sometimes. Oh, that's dead. Oh yeah, Pain Elemental is around. There you are. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, I guess that's another aspect. That's another one of them parallels that I could see, like, comparing Doom Guy with Batman. Both of the sort where, like, yes, they will do what they can to make their enemies fear them. But they're also the kind of person who would absolutely comfort a scared child without hesitation. I remember hearing someone mention that seems like a good litmus test for like if an adaptation of Batman is handled correctly. If you can see that version of Batman comforting a crying child, there we go. That's an accurate Batman. If something about some version of Batman in some adaptation, you just cannot see him comforting a scared child, go back to the drawing board. You missed something. Because, yeah, one of the most unsung aspects about Batman in adaptations that just doesn't really get noticed as much by the general public is Batman's compassion. And that totally applies to Doom Guy, in my opinion. I mean, one of his major motivations is avenging a rabbit, for crying out loud. It's there in the back of his mind. And you can, and of course you can see it in something like, even like the animations in Doom 2016, how he's so careful not to damage the bodies. When he's grabbing Praetor tokens, key cards, weapons, he's careful not to break the bodies. You'll see him like comically brutalize drones to get weapon mods. Like there's no need to punch those things, but just does it anyway. But corpses? Nah, he is nice and gentle. And it's certainly not a contradiction that he is so brutal to the demons, but he is so compassionate with people and animals most of the time. Like that example I gave with the scientist. Like, he doesn't kill the scientist. Nah. He just makes sure you are never doing that again. Like, he even heals the guy, but he just leaves him, like, mentally scarred as punishment. Like, I think that would be a very Doom Guy way for him to handle it. Like, that is absolutely how the character would do. Is that how most people would do it? Of course not. Is that how Doom Guy would do it? Just charging in, doesn't say a word, fires one shot, then heals the guy immediately? Like, yeah, that's Doom Guy. Very stern warning without saying a word. Making sure, well, it's not like I can, well, this is a grown adult, there's no way I can babysit this guy for the rest of my life, so instead, to make sure he never pulls a stunt like that again, I am going to traumatize him so much that he's terrified of ever hurting another human being again. That should do the job. Yeah, he'd probably do something like that. Ooh. Oh, that was quick. When did you receive damage before? Ooh, get that commando quick. Oh, nope! That didn't get him at all. There we go. Oh, there's one of them soul spheres that I need. Let's go set that ghost free. And I just now realized that's kind of like the Badniks in Sonic, ain't it? I never really made that connection. At least that's how they used to be. I don't know, Eggman switched power sources at some point. I never heard any kind of lore explanation. What does he use now? I have no idea, but like... He used to have his robots be powered by little woodland creatures once upon a time. Then by Sonic Heroes, he just switched to something else. No idea. Now they just explode. Oh, I'm gonna need to cross that. Anything over here I need to worry about? No? Okay. Hi, yo. Oh. any items in here? Probably need to leave before this runs out. Well, that ran out too. But like the suit. Uh-oh. Ouch! Yeah, I need some of these. Where is that soul sphere? Oh dear. Oh, dang it. Is that all of them yet? Oh, that's what I needed. Ah. Uh-oh. Should have brought that out first thing. There we go, all clean. Right there. Come on, how many shots do you need? Oh, wait, what? Well, I heard some kind of mechanism. Woo! Oh! I did not expect them to come down. Oh, ouch. That's what I needed. Oh, what? Oh, there was a chain gunner there. Ooh, way too close. Oof, oof, oof. Ouch. Maybe save it again anyway. What is making that noise? What? Where did you come from? Oh. Hi. I found a secret. Awesome. Megasphere. Okay, I could really use that for sure. Oh! More should do. Come on. Now you're done. There's a specter room somewhere. There it is. Oh, there's two of them. Well, no wonder I died. Oh, for crying out loud! Die, 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 die. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I definitely need a lot more ammo. Dang. Ow! Oh, man. Okay. Get that taken care of. Why would he need a whopping 6? Okay, fine. Yeah, maybe we want to do it a little differently. There you are. Much better. Well, I got more wiggle room out here. Oh no! Well, I can't get in there yet, I think. Probably gonna need a red key for that, right? Oh, chain gun. I thought for sure that was a plasma gun. That's better. It's a lot of them. But looks like it's towards the end. I hear ya. Where are ya? Oh, hi. How did I... Whoa! How did I miss that? How did he miss me until he didn't? Oh dear. I was so focused on something else. I guess another thing I was thinking about was like,